Maybe it kind of opens your eyes up to the realities of, a modern day relationship. I think I'd kind of grown up in a little bubble where I thought, you found the one and you got married and everything was lovely. Okay, so I'll tell you this kind of weird story, and I don't know why I'm telling you this, but after that had happened, I was a very innocent little 18-year-old, but after that experience, and so we just left school, and I was about to enroll in art college, and I had the summer holiday off, and I decided to get myself a job, and I responded to an advert in a newspaper for hostess work. So you'd work in a nightclub, and they'd kind of build it up to be that you would just serve drinks in a nightclub. And I went for the interview, and it was in the heart of Soho, which is the kind of red light district of London. Less seedy, I suppose. It's not so bad, although there's like one or two streets, and these one or two streets happened to be where this nightclub was that I was going for my interview. And it turned out that what they were advertising for was girls to sit out by the doorway, so you'd work in shifts. So for 15 minutes you'd be sitting out by the doorway trying to entice gentlemen to come into the club, and once you'd got a guy to agree to come in, you would take him downstairs and you would, ply him with alcohol, you would maybe give him a little dance, but you'd be in this room with him. There were cameras rigged up everywhere, but you could basically do whatever you wanted to do with this guy as long as he paid you for it, and he kept buying drinks. And I was told that during the interview you could, if you really liked the customer or the gentleman or whatever, they had security guards that would escort you out of the premises where all the cameras were to, a kind of hotel apartment suite thing that was around the corner where you basically would engage in sex. So you were a prostitute. So I was applying for this job as a prostitute, and I knew full well what I was kind of going for, and during the interview I understood immediately what this was all about, and I even signed myself up for shifts the following week. Turns out I didn't end up doing it, and I didn't go, but it was something I kind of had to go through. It was like, because the guy that I loved had been with this woman, I wanted to not be that woman, but I wanted to see or understand more about what it was that could be so attractive or appealing in a woman like that. So I went through maybe a couple of years of self-degradation or something. I don't know. It was like kind of ripping myself up and putting myself in the lowest possible place. Like, I had viewed women as, well, that type of woman, like a prostitute or someone, that sells their body or flirts with men for a living, as like a sort of lower person, and yet I was more and more intrigued by it. I almost wanted to imitate it or something. It was a very strange, twisted period, but that's what I went through.